Boom, yearbook. Class of 2016. I'm going to find myself in my yearbook. Those are my senior pictures. Here's the main one. That was the main senior picture. I look like $1 million, cash, incredible suit. I don't look like a lesbian again. It's a bow tie. That's me. Does that not look like me? My mom made me brush my hair that way. And then there's another one. I was trying to be funny. I don't know. What do you want me to do? It was like 10 years ago. Is that one? I was doing the same thing. And then I was just standing there, chill as fuck, hands in my pockets. It was a Pikachu. Do I like Pikachu? No. It's fine. I don't know. Did I ever play Pokemon? No. Why are the glasses different? I didn't actually wear those glasses. I was trying to look like a freak. This was like a Goodwill outfit. Anyways, those are my senior pictures. Also, our school had like a huge scandal my senior year. It was like on CNN and shit. What was the scandal? It involved a slur that some people took a picture of themselves spelling out the slur on their t-shirts. And then they did a whole page about it in the yearbook, and everyone was like, you're not supposed to discuss that in the yearbook. Did I go to school with a dap? No. He went to a different high school, and I think he's a year older than me. I think he went to high school with Spencer Rattler, the football player. There was one teacher at our school. I only heard about this. A teacher, like some math teacher, was watching, like he gave out tests, and while the kids were taking tests, he left his projector on during the test, and the students that were like taking their tests, they looked up and he was on Pornhub. And then they started laughing and like making fun of him. And then he like freaked out and turned it off. And then obviously like he had a meeting in the office. He didn't get fired, but he just lost his computer privileges, which is almost worse. Like I would leave the school. You know, that's crazy. Also, like, God, he couldn't wait. That's crazy. And then I remember what happened was like 2 weeks later, like there was some kid just being loud or whatever. And he sent that kid to the principal. And then the kid was like, okay, I'll go. Do you want me to ask her if you can have your computer privileges back? And then the teacher got really mad and like yelled at him. And I think he probably left after that year. But that's why you can't stay at the school. That's why you have to leave. Because it's like, of course someone's going to say something like that. Then there was another teacher when I was a freshman who she was actually really nice. I felt bad for her. It wasn't her fault. But I guess before she was a teacher, she was a porn star, like in her early 20s. And she was probably like 40 something at this point. She was a porn star. Some of the students found out. And then I think she just resigned like immediately and like moved. But I felt bad for her because it was like everyone was talking about that. And it was though, like it's the thing where it's like I swear this is real. Her last name was Butts. And it's like, okay, well then, there was another teacher that we had who was my English teacher, or she tried to get my dad fired from his job because I transferred out of her class because she wasn't really like a good teacher. And I transferred, and in the meeting that I had, I kind of exposed that she was a bad teacher. She just didn't know anything. She was mostly trying to like sell us her like scrapbook product. During tests, people would just ask her what the answers to the tests were, and she would give them to us, because she didn't know any of the curriculum. They found that out when I transferred out of the class because, well, she also just didn't like me. She would always send me to the principal's office. And I didn't do anything except for I was probably talking really loud and being obnoxious. But she was like an honors teacher. And then so she got in trouble and then she sued the school or something. Also called my dad's office like 100 times in one day trying to get him fired. And then I think they sent a cease and desist to her. It was a whole thing. In hindsight, I should have just stayed in that class. It sounded kind of fun now that I think about it.